Your ATM machine just arrived. You got $3,000 worth of equipment sitting in your garage, but you have no idea how to get into the ATM business. Does this sound familiar? This is where most people get stuck. They buy the ATM, they think they understand the business, but then reality hits. You actually have to convince a business owner to put your ATM into their business. And let me tell you, that conversation is a lot harder than YouTubers make it. I placed hundreds of ATMs over my 25 years in business. I trained hundreds of students to do the same. Today, I'm going to walk you through everything. I mean everything you need to know about securing your first ATM location, from finding the right business to approaching the business owner, to handling the objections that you will definitely get, because your success in the business isn't about the machine, it's about the location. You have to first start with research. Identify where to place the ATM. You are looking for cash-heavy businesses. There has to be a need for cash in that business for the ATM to be successful. Second, your location has to have volume or foot traffic. This is what good locations will need to be successful. Now that you have targeted the type of location, next comes the pitch. You need to prepare or research this process over and over and over again. It should be something like, "Hi, I'm Phil from PDQ Merchant Enterprises. We place ATMs in your business, and we place ATMs in businesses such as yours. It's completely free to your business. We stock the ATM, we service the ATM, and we even pay you a monthly commission, just so your customers have access to cash." I've done this hundreds and hundreds of times over my 25 years in being in business, so it seems easy. But you'll be nervous, so practice this in the mirror or with a family member so you can get this process down cold. The next step is getting the meeting with the business owner. This is never going to be easy, but you're going to have to figure out when the business owner is there so you can have that meeting with that business owner. Figure out what day of the week they're there. Sometimes they're multiple, and then try to meet them where they are. Next, you'll need to negotiate a split. This will be hard because the location owner is trying to get as much commission out of you as possible, and you are trying to keep as much commission as possible. Make sure you don't give away more than 30% of the revenue, or you'll lose money in the long run. So I like to say, let's stay between 10 and 30%. Last but not least, describe when the location owner is going to get their money. It should sound something like this. "We pay your commission between the 4th and the 8th of the next month. And when we email you a statement on the 1st of the month." Now, before we get to the rest of the video, I'd like to ask you guys a question of the day. How this works is I ask you guys a question and you type in your answers in the comment section below. So here's today's question. What type of business do you think would be a good ATM location? I can't wait to hear your answers. All right, let's get back to the video. After placing hundreds of ATMs and training hundreds of students, I discovered 3 fundamental principles to securing profitable ATM locations. Number 1, selection is 80% of your success. You need to do location evaluations, evaluate foot traffic patterns, look for cash-heavy demographics and limited banking access. Also, a complementary business that will add revenue to your ATM. Here are some examples of this. Hispanic grocery stores, small restaurants, bars and convenience stores. These businesses work because they have a need for cash. Number 2, you're not selling an ATM, you're solving a problem that the business owner didn't know they had. Instead of asking, "Can I place my ATM here?" start with, "How is your customer handling their cash needs?" Identifying their pain points, like, are the customers leaving to go find an ATM to get cash and then trying to come back? And then identify lost sales from cash-only policies or competitors with convenient cash access, and position your ATM as the solution. And number 3, practice relationship building processes. Research the business beforehand, understand their customer base, approach the business owner during slow periods, dress professionally, bring proper documentation, and follow up consistently. This is a process that people often miss. They don't follow up. Practice using a script for common scenarios and some objections that the business owner will object to you. Securing your first location is both the hardest and most important step in building your ATM business. Hardest because it's new and intimidating. Most important because it proves the business model works. I know that rejection is inevitable, but think of it as market research rather than personal failure. Location skills are learnable and improvable. Every successful ATM owner was once nervous about their first approach. One good location can change everything. It provides cash flow, builds confidence, and creates a template for finding more and more locations. Try to avoid action paralysis. The machine sitting in your garage won't make money, but the courage to make that first approach will. Subscribe for more location finding strategies and scripts. Remember, your ATM business doesn't start when you buy your first ATM. It starts when you secure your first location. Everything else is just preparation for the moment.